Guys, this is what my sister is doing when she should be at home taking care of her son. Unnecessary bull crap. Good morning, guys. On the behalf of my sister and my nephew, I just want to send out a huge thank you for all of the prayers, all of the concerns, some of the advice that you guys are giving, all the shares. Guys, we thank you so much. I made this video speaking and sharing on my nephew's situation because I wanted others out there to be aware of what's going on with so-called family members. So guys, we appreciate all the support so very much. I know a lot of you have a lot of questions, and I'm trying to answer them to the best of my ability. My sister do have an open case against the parties involved, so there's only so much that I can speak on, and there's only so much that I can show. But guys, we are putting it all out there. We have nothing to hide. As much as I can give, as much as I can answer, I am answering it. I'm trying to answer all you guys' questions to the best of my ability. But I just want to thank each and every one of you. I was hoping that this video reached a lot of people, and it has. And I just want to say that we appreciate you guys' support and concerns. I've come across a couple of questions that I wanted to answer. I know people are saying, how do I know that the autistic child is getting abused? That's why I said allegedly, because I per se have not seen it with my own 4 eyes, but my niece and nephew has witnessed it. So someone else said that, because how I said, let's not wait until this happens to your family, or let's not wait till this happens to your child. I've been the type of person, and in no way, shape, or form do I want this video to be about me, but I want to answer this question because it kind of bothered me. But I've always been that person to speak out and stand up and help other people, whether that was bullying or somebody talking about them or just whatever the case may be. I'm only one person, and there's only so much that I can do. Just because this is my first YouTube video of me speaking on my nephew situation, you guys don't know me. So you can't say that I've never spoke out or I've never done anything to help someone until it happened to my family. So you can't say that. I have a video right here where I'm speaking out about another situation, about how people talk about people, and you never know if that might be the comment or, you know, the situation that might make someone want to end their life. Go watch this video. It just takes for something traumatic to happen for people to open their eyes and for people to want to watch and want to speak out. Is why I made the video, to make others aware of things that can happen around so-called family members. A lot of us are naive. A lot of us are blind to situations until it happened to us. So I'm taking the situation that happened with my sister and my nephew, per se, mostly my nephew, and I'm putting it out there so that you guys know of the things that go on around you, around family, around, you know, things that happen to your kids. A lot of us think that it can't happen to me. It won't happen to me. And that's what I'm making you guys aware of, that it can happen to you. And just have your eyes open, because it could happen to you. Let's not wait until it happened. Let's stand up and speak out for these kids that are getting abused. Let's stand up and speak out for, you know, these foster kids that are getting mistreated. So don't sit up there and say that I waited until it happened to my nephew before I spoke out. I just have a platform now that it's growing, and it could reach a lot of people. There has been many instances of where I've stood up and I spoke out for those who I felt couldn't stand up and protect themselves. One time I recall, I was at Disneyland with my kids and my husband, and there was a disabled man who was working on the trams, and he's giving the speech, and you could barely understand what he's saying, but you can clearly tell that he's disabled. And a man rudely was talking about him and speaking negatively about him. I spoke up. This is a disabled person who is trying his hardest to work, and you're going to sit here and down him and talk bad. Don't do that. So there's been many instances where I've stood up and I've said things. So I really, it's just really, I don't know, guys. This is not the first time of me speaking up, and it's not going to be the last time. So yeah, it might be the first time that I spoke out, but you don't know me, so don't say that. go watch this video right here. I'm doing the best that I can. This is what my channel is about. It's about my family. It's about the real. It's about what's going on in life. It's about standing up and speaking out. It's about motivating. It's about encouraging. A lot of people are asking, why haven't we contacted the police? That was the first thing my sister contacted. That was the first people my sister contacted was the police. If you guys watch the whole video, you see where I stated that she contacted the police and the police said because he had no broken bones, that there was nothing that they could do. But now that he has a traumatic brain injury, they are sending the case to the DAs and we're just waiting to hear from them. She does have a pending court date, which is why there's certain things that I can't tell, or I just want to make sure I don't say or do anything to jeopardize her case. But police are involved. We have contacted CPS to try to get the 6 kids that are still in that house removed. As I stated, this system just needs to do better. It's no reason why those kids are still in that care, and I am hoping that CPS stands up and remove those 6 kids, most importantly that autistic boy, out of that house who is getting allegedly abused. People are stating she should not send her kids back over there. Of course she's not sending her kids back over there. Why would she continue to put her kids in harm's way? She never thought for 1 minute that sending her kids to their father's house will result in her child coming back with a traumatic brain injury and all these bad things happening to him. She never thought that in a million years, or she wouldn't have sent her kids out there. You don't think that sending your kids with a family member, whether that be their grandmother, their father, their sister, your mother, you never think that anything like this would happen. So of course her kids are not going to go back over there. I've also had one not so very smart person comment and say, stop telling, go put your street clothes on and go handle your business. First of all, you don't think that's what we did? My nephew has a whole army behind him ready to go tear some stuff up. But what would that solve for him? What would that solve for us besides us ending up in jail, and then who's going to fight for him? That's not going to do anything. We're trying to do it the right way. We're trying to get justice the right way. That's not going to do anything but involve us in going to jail. Of course, that's what we want to do. But we want to see them get taken down the right way. It's taking everything in us to not do that. But we're trying to be smart about the situation. And this is what's wrong with people. What do you mean stop telling? More people need to start telling. We're not no gang members. This ain't no snitches get stitches. This is real life. My nephew could not be here right now. What do you mean stop telling? We're going to stand to the top of the mountain and scream as much as we can about the situation and those involved. We're not being quiet. But I am currently on the way to court with my sister. So when I come back, I'm going to try to give you guys an update on my nephew, how he's doing. I know he went to the doctor yesterday, so I'm going to give you guys an update on that. And I'm going to give you guys more updates on what's going on with this whole situation. But again, guys, I just want to thank you guys all so much for the shares, the likes, the comments. Just thank you guys so much. Like I said, this is something that goes unnoticed, unspoken of, and I just want others out there to be aware. I've had people comment and let me know of their situations dealing with CPS and how CPS is not doing anything and how the courts are still making her give custody of her child to the father who has let things happen to him in his care. We have to do better. This system needs to do better. I've had people comment saying, thank you for speaking out. Nobody was there for me to speak out when I was getting abused. This is why I'm making this video, guys. We need to, I just can't stress it enough, y'all. We need to speak so that the system can change. It's too many kids that are dying in custody of CPS. Like, I thought that's what CPS was for. You're taking the child away from its mother, father, whoever, to supposedly put them in better care, and worse things are happening to them in the care of CPS. It shouldn't have. There's so many cases, including the one that I'm dealing with, where there's open cases dealing with CPS and the child has not been removed yet. It shouldn't take for a child to be unalived for you guys to, oh, I wish I could have, we should have. It makes no sense. There was just the story of a 12-year-old girl who unalived her 8-year-old cousin over an iPhone. I just want people to be awoke of things that happen and go on around family. Where are these adults that are supposed to be monitoring and watching these kids? Guys, you have to also remember that even though you might not physically have done harm or done something, you knowing that things are going on or knowing that things are taking place and you not saying nothing, you're just as guilty as the person who committed the crime. We need to speak up. When we see things that are not right, when we see things going on around us, we need to speak up. But guys, as I said I'm on my way out the door to go to court with my sister. When I come back, guys, I will update you guys on my nephew, how he's doing, and give you whatever information that I can about what's going on. Bye, guys. Guys, I have no words. So I literally just got back from going to court with my sister. This lady, this monster, had the nerve to go and try to file a restraining order against my sister. For what? Under what circumstances? What have my sister done to you? My sister hasn't called you. She hasn't texted you. She hasn't smiled at you. She hasn't blinked at you. She hasn't walked past you. What are you filing a restraining order on? Because we're telling the truth and we're putting her story out there, my nephew's story out there about what you guys did to them. You're going to file a restraining order? An emergency restraining order at that? Thrown out. Be for real. Guys, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, who haven't seen the video, this video is about my nephew who went to his grandmother's house and got beat, jumped, abused for over a 2-day period by his 2 blood cousins who are 15 and 16 years old. And his grandmother and auntie were in the house and did nothing about it and knew what were going on and did nothing about it, nothing to help my nephew. Please go watch that video and share that video. But as I stated, I just got home from court. That got thrown out. No emergency restraining order was granted. But guys, the plot thickens. It gets worse. Not only did they allow my nephew to sit up there and get abused and beat and jumped and all this stuff to happen to him, they had the right to go file charges. They had the right to press charges on my nephew. The little kid that got beat on, jumped, attacked, the little kid who has a freaking concussion, a traumatic brain injury, you have the nerve to go press charges against my nephew. For what? Yeah, I can't believe it. It blows my mind. Like, I literally have no words. Guys, I let a fly in when I just came in. Ignore the fly. But, like, guys, I literally have no words. I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say. So first, they tried to say that this happened to my nephew because my nephew touched both the 15 and 16-year-old. How is that possible? So after he touched one of them, he was able to touch the second one? First it was he touched their chest. Then he touched their private parts. That's why all of this happened to my nephew. False. Then after they see that that wasn't sticking, then they tried to say, oh, he was like that when he came to our house. He was already beat up and bruised up before he came over here. We had nothing to do with that. His brother did that to him. False. I'm going to insert pictures of how my nephew looked before he went to that monster's house. He was smiling. He was happy. He was spending time with his brother. Let's back it up. My nephew and his brother were getting into it because how highly my nephew was speaking on one of the individuals involved. How highly he spoke to him. Oh, he's cool. Oh, I look up to him. And his brother's like, you're supposed to look up to me. I'm your brother. But he highly favored his abuser. Two, the two boys that are involved wanted my nephew over there. They kept asking, come see us, Kaleb. Come over and come chill with us, Kaleb. But he touched y'all. He's been touching y'all. He's this gay molester. False. Guys, the auntie tried to say that the reason my nephew was at that house is because while he was at his brother's house, he touched on him. His brother beat him up, and that's why he was at the grandma's house. Does that make, what sense does that make? Somebody please help me understand, because 2 + 2 ain't equaling 4 over here. What sense does that make? He's over there touching on somebody, so y'all send him to a house where there's 6 other kids that he can touch on? Like, y'all story is not adding up. That's one thing about a lie. When you lie, you got to continue your lie. You're going to keep stumbling over yourself. You got to keep coming up with the next scenario, because you see that it's not sticking. We ain't got nothing over here but facts and evidence, proof, the truth. We have nothing to hide over here. My nephew's injuries speak for themselves. My nephew is messed up in the head right now. And you know the sad thing about it? My nephew is still trying to protect them. My nephew is still trying to protect them. And they are doing this to him. His so-called auntie. Guys, I'm a post messages. I guess she got wind of my video and came over here and down talked my nephew, placed more lies on my nephew, lies on my sister. I'm gonna place the messages right here. You guys might have to pause the video to read it, because it's a lot of BS. But this is what she has to say. After what you allowed to happen to my nephew, this is your response. They're not sorry. They have no remorse. They're not denying it. They're admitting to it. But they're trying to justify it by saying, oh, it happened because he did this. He touched him. Y'all, not only did she come under my video saying all this stuff about my nephew, all these lies about my nephew and my sister, she had the nerve to make up a fake page using my nephew's name. I don't think you can get much lower than that. She is really proving how low of a person she is. It's absolutely ridiculous, y'all. Make it make sense, y'all. Her own blood, her own nephew, calling him gay, calling my sister a crackhead, talking about his mom and dad molested him and touched on him, and that's why he's loose and aggressive. And guys, all false allegations. Those who know my nephew is not like that. And like I said, if my nephew was gay, I have nothing at all against gay people. You live your life how you want to live your life. But my nephew is not gay whatsoever. My nephew does not have gayish ways. My nephew has never did anything gay. So for them to try to put this on him is absolutely wrong. Not only have you guys traumatized this boy, beat this boy, now you're throwing his name in the dirt to justify what y'all did to him instead of having remorse and saying, I'm sorry. Y'all, it's unbelievable. Like, I have no words. And then you have the nerve to file a restraining order while my sister should be at home caring for her son. We up at the courthouse because you're filing restraining orders for what? Because you're running scared? Because we're putting the truth out there? You're not going to shut us up. You're not going to shut us up. We're going to put it out there. And like I said, we're going to climb to the top of the hill and we're going to continue to fight for my nephew and fight for justice and fight for what he deserved, which is justice. And let everybody in the world know how big of, how disgusting you guys are. How cruel you guys are. Not one time have they said, I'm sorry. Not one time have they apologized for what my nephew went through or what he's continuing to go through. Not one time. Not one time. It's sad. Every time I think about what my nephew is going through, it brings tears to my eyes. My nephew just went to the doctor yesterday. The doctor said he's not out of the woods. The doctors looked into his eyes, can tell that he is not sleeping. Asked him, was he having nightmares? Because the doctor can tell that my nephew is not sleeping. He's having nightmares. He's only allowed to watch TV or play the game 30 minutes to an hour at a time because the doctor don't want him stressing his brain out. They did clear him to go back to school, but as soon as he have one headache, as soon as he gets dizzy, they want him pulled out of school and on homeschool. He can't play football. He can't go outside and be a normal little kid because they don't want any force, any accidental falls to his head. And you have the nerve to press charges on my nephew who were just trying to protect himself? So now you're telling me we don't have the right to protect ourselves? What did you expect him to do? What did you expect him to do with a house full of adults and two big ass kids that was bullying him, terrorizing him? What did you expect him to do? He was scared. When he cried out for y'all two monsters, where were you at? Where were y'all at? But y'all want to go run. Oh, we want to press charges because he pulled a knife. Why did he pull the knife? Let's tell why he pulled the knife. Then the police want to say, oh, he didn't tell us that in the interview. Guys, my nephew was suffering from a traumatic brain injury, which we didn't know. When he spoke to those detectives, his brain injury had already started to sit in. So, of course, he's not going to remember every last single detail. Of course, he's not going to remember to tell you every last single step. But one thing my nephew did do is tell you that he pulled a knife on him because he was scared. One thing my nephew didn't do was lie. One thing my nephew still hasn't done to this day is lie. But we know who have been lying. We know who have been spreading false allegations. But like I said, guys, the truth will always win. We have nothing to hide over here. We're going to continue to fight for my nephew. He have a whole army behind him. We're going to continue to fight until we get justice. I'm going to include a clip where we just spoke to the detectives. The grandma is getting charged. The two young boys is getting charged. That's all we want is justice. Guys, continue to share this video. Continue to get my nephew's story out there. Continue to spread the word of what these monsters did to my nephew. That was supposed to be family, blood, justice for Kaleb.
You guys allowed to pay for it? Yeah, I think everything's in there. The ones that was on the top right there? Yep.
You gonna sit up there and fix your fucking mouth to sit up and say we'll be charging him too. Where the fuck is the system at?
Let them charge him. They can charge all they want. It's what the judge say. The judge gonna see it's self-defense.
He was fucking scared, man. He didn't get them off of him.
I don't want him on stage.
Hi, I'm supposed to meet the deputy here. He said he was gonna meet me here. Okay.
What's your Parker?
Yeah, and we're recording too.
The name?
That's crazy.
You go over there and shoot him on the house, man. That's how come out here.
I'll see if I can go take action to them.
Right.
They're not here to.
The people who are supposed to protect us don't protect us.
Were they home any type of way?
Right.
Did he stab them? Did he cut them?
Where they marks at? Where they bruises at? Where they brain injuries
To
at?
back them up and they still grabbed the knife and body slammed him.
That shows you that it overpowered him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And he said that, didn't he?
Yes, he said they grabbed me by the shorts, twisted my arm back, took the knife out of my hand, picked me up and slammed me on the ground.
Did he tell them that when he came last time?
He had a concussion.
Portia, the video that Portia got is when he first came home. When he spoke to these detectives, Caleb's brain injury had already set in. So of course he's not gonna fucking realize what he was saying.
Hello. Hi. Okay. You want to pick here outside or you want outside? Sure. Thank you.
Oh no, you told me I should sit up there and talk to
It's all getting recorded.
Absolutely, 100%.
yeah, you said that I can talk to the deputy because you guys was running charge of my son. I'm really not really caring about that because I can fight that. You said don't even press the issue about that.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Let him press charges because it was self-defense.
But my question is, how are you pressing the charges on an 11-year-old boy who was being attacked and grabbed a knife to protect himself? How is charges getting pressed against him?
So unfortunately, based on the evidence that was presented to us, we have enough elements of the crime to believe that he was also brandishing a knife, right?
After he was being attacked.
Okay, well, once it gets to a district attorney,
Just like on the news right now, sir. No, cut you off, but just like on the news now. I'm gonna fake throw some water, boom, shot her in the head. Right. That's protection. You know what I'm saying? That's
So
what y'all
do you guys do when someone's
That's
coming
what I'm
after
saying.
you guys? You guys protect yourself with that. So if my son says they're getting attacked by two people, what is he supposed to do? Just sit there and just get beat up, just die, huh?
Call us, man.
How? My
How?
son was not in
We
my
call you
custody.
guys to protect us and you guys aren't protecting
My son
him.
was not in my custody. He was not in my custody.
The adults that was there that was supposed to be protecting him were not protecting him.
I got a brain injury. You're sitting up there just.
Hold on. So we took him to the doctor, right? Now the doctor said that he had what is it called?
A traumatic brain injury
Traumatic brain
and a
injury.
concussion.
He woke up after we seen you. He woke up the next day throwing up and we took him to rush to the hospital.
Right.
Now he had a traumatic brain hit.
When he came, his concussion was
You know
just
what I'm saying?
started.
So a lot of things that you was asking him probably he
couldn't
didn't say
remember.
or remember or whatever the case may be, but it's a serious matter.
Right
And
now,
it's all going to be documented on the report.
And the thing
It's not
is,
going to be unsaid. It's going to be on the report.
so the thing is, if the guardians of the children,
Right?
they are responsible for them, right or wrong.
So and we went ahead and cited them too. So they're not.
So they got cited too.
They also got cited for
Okay.
youth accountability.
So what is citing? What is that? A ticket?
Yes, sir.
It's
To appear to court.
it's a citation to appear to court as well.
Yeah.
Right. So they also have to go to court.
So it's up to the DA if they want to press charges on them
That's
too.
correct.
That's all we wanted to hear.
Yeah.
That's
So
all.
they didn't.
So,
they
but
didn't
about
walk away
far
with
as
anything.
press,
But
you know
as
me.
far as the knife,
I'm not worried about that. Let them. If they want to file charges,
But I'm not understanding
listen.
why.
That comes from them.
from who?
That the fucking grandma them. So fuck it. Press charges if y'all want to say, oh, we
He
want to put
didn't even use it,
Tamika,
though.
that's irrelevant. The thing is, that's what they using against Kaleb. Okay.
So, but the parents were the mom, or was it
The grandma.
The grandma was cited as well, so she also has to appear to court because she's accountable
On the
for
same
it.
day?
On the same day, so she's accountable for her child.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So
okay.
what, you want a criminal charge? She's not going to get. She also got
Yeah, that's all we wanted to hear. But we want to put this on file too. As far as charging my son for the thing, that don't matter to me, because all that's gonna come out to self-defense.
Well, see, it's something that we have to document.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand.
why?
Because
No,
of
I
them.
get it. I'm
Because
sorry
of
for you. I'm
them.
just my emotions is high. My son.
Because of
You
them,
don't
to me, they
understand?
press charges.
They almost killed that boy.
Right, but so fortunately and unfortunately, because they stated that, we still have to document it on the report. Right? Whether the district attorney, the juvenile district attorney wants to pick it up or not, that's up to them.
Yeah,
right?
they ain't
That's
gonna
So
up to
you
them.
spoke to them and they said.
My thing is if they were nowhere to be found when this was happening to him, how the hell do they know what was going on with him?
No, they knew that he was
But
gonna do that.
I'm saying, how do they know what he did if they were nowhere to be found?
What the two boys said about the knife. When
Of course
Caleb
they're gonna try to
grabbed the
cover it
knife-
up now.
Well, Caleb, is it your son?
Yes, Caleb grabbed the knife.
He told
to
him.
back
He wasn't
them up.
telling no
Yeah,
lies.
he wasn't. He didn't.
But when
He
they
told
twisted
everything.
his arm and snatched the knife out of his
But
hand,
it's
they
because
could
they
have
pressing
him.
charges against Kaleb. That's what that is.
Listen to him.
has
Just
to be-
listen to him.
So everything has to be documented in the report. Caleb said he grabbed the knife, right? He went to the room, right? He grabbed it, they took it away from him. It's all going to be documented in the report.
But did it say the reason why he grabbed the knife?
Yeah, he said.
Okay,
yeah.
I just want to make sure the
Yeah,
reason why he
it
grabbed the
was
knife.
for protection. That's what he
Okay,
said,
right,
right?
right.
Okay, and it's documented on the report. So once it gets to the juvenile district attorney, they decide, okay, we want to go ahead and charge it. Maybe, maybe not. That's completely up to
but
them.
I'm not
We
worried
don't make
because they're
those
gonna see that
decisions.
that's self-defense.
Because
So
he
that's
didn't
that's
use
irrelevant.
it.
What
They
about
can't say he cut him.
That's
That's
irrelevant.
that's also on the report.
Yeah, they have no bruises, no marks, no nothing on them.
And that's that's also going to be documented on the report, man.
Yeah.
So what about the thing? Do you need to take copies of this?
If you want to go ahead and send me the copies, that'll be
Like, we want everything in there. We want them to see.
Yeah, because that's not even in the file yet. The brain injury.
When he went to emergency the second time. And he just went to the doctor yesterday. And the doctor said he can't play sports. He only can watch TV for an hour. He's having
They asked me, is he having nightmares? Because like
He's not sleeping. He's not eating.
He's not eating. He's not.
You know what? That's something we need for our report. You know,
Yeah.
so if you guys have it, we'll
yeah,
document
baby,
it.
give him that paperwork. But that's something that got to go towards it too.
Yeah.
So that's our main concern was they getting a ticket too because they are
the parents are accountable.
Okay.
So the parents were cited for 660.5 youth accountability because
Okay.
she's accountable for her children.
Right.
So
That's
she was
all we
also
wanted to
cited.
hear.
She'll also be there. You guys will be there.
When is the court date? Oh, you got the court date?
Oh, I believe it's on October. It's October someday. I'll give you guys that information.
Okay.
Is it documented that she's trying to coerce another kid to lie? Is that all documented?
Not all of that. Not all of that.
What did they say on that?
This is what the reason for his visit. They diagnosed him with traumatic head injury and a concussion. And then this is
You
the
want
first.
to go ahead and give me or send me the copy?
Yeah, you can
Let him get copies of
You can
them.
make copies, and then this is the first time he first came. The next day after he saw you, they just said that it was assault and concision to the face, and then this is when his pain. That's when his pain worsened and got worse.
I'm not trying to like violate you guys' rights in terms of like this is medical. So I'm gonna go and take a copy of it right now.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, we want it on
You
there.
guys want it on there?
Yes, I want all of this on there. And then this is the messages that my.
Showing to prove that they do it.
You taking that off on the plane? This is from the plane.
So this one, yeah, because I took him.
Yes, it was that
7/18.
Saturday you took him.
So I took him that Saturday. Because it's the first one, the 7/18 one, and then the day
You
before.
took them again?
And then
Yeah,
yeah,
'cause he
so
Because he woke up
he
throwing
woke
up.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the first one, and then these are the messages of her harassing and putting what they did to my son on there.
Saying that he shouldn't be gay or
The reason that he did it is because he's gay.
Yeah.
The mom and dad is on drugs and they touched him. That's why he's loose and aggressive. They're not denying it, and they're just throwing more dirt on my nephew's
We
name.
need all that on there to show the
These
DA
are all the
that.
messages of Whitney, the sister.
So he didn't have a bruise. Did he have the bruise?
No, they just called it a bruise. So they just
'Cause they-
basically
Because he
saying
had a
that-
busted lip.
They basically saying that he had a bruised nose, so the concision to the face. So
Okay,
how to
okay.
handle a bruise? How to handle a bruise? So that's what they put it as, like just to handle a bruise, because he was bruised to the nose, concision to the face. So that's the only.
And
thing
his
that-
busted lip.
Now they did a CAT scan. They did a thing over his brain.
That's not including the body injuries that he had, because they did a CAT scan on his back to make sure there wasn't nothing
It's all
wrong
on
with
there.
his back
These are
because
all
their
the
body
stuff I want
slammed
on the
him.
report.
And you want all this?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. So I have your consent to put his medical.
Yes.
Yes. You do.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, I just, I'm not trying to be, showing something, but I'm hurt right now. I'm just hurt.
Yeah, we understand that you guys are just doing your job. We just
Yeah.
want to make sure that justice is done for my nephew. And we don't want lies put on him because that wasn't the case.
That's what they're trying to do.
They
now.
abused and beat him for no
But
apparent
you
reason.
understand, like, I have to take their statement down.
I understand that.
It's
I
not-
understand
I'm
that.
not saying I don't believe
Like
your
I said, I
side.
know you guys are
It's
doing your
their
job.
side.
We are just emotions are high, and we just want justice for my nephew.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be up to the district attorney to
Right,
decide
right.
whether or not they want to pick it up or not, and it's going to be up to them also to decide whether or not they're going to charge
Okay.
Caleb. Is it?
Yes.
I'm horrible at names. Caleb. It's completely up to them, right? We'll go ahead and take the report no matter what, right? And it's just up to them.
But
So-
I want your opinion as far as that. You said the DA would have to see if the DA would pick it up and charge Caleb. I mean, do you feel like he needs to be charged for protecting himself?
That's not-
Honestly,
I'm sorry, that's not.
Yeah, he can't be biased.
All he hears for to drop the paperwork off to the
Do you
DA,
know
to
the
Yeah.
process, like how long it will take for the DA to pick it up, or
Well, the court date's on October.
okay.
Right? But
So they got enough time to review
right,
everything.
But the juvenile district attorney could, prior to that, decide, okay, let me look at this case, right? It seems like it's something that probation might handle. Because they're still juveniles, so probation department might handle them, right?
Okay.
So it just depends on them. Now, whether or not I believe it's right or wrong, or he did it, I don't know. That's not for me to say.
I get it.
We understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
That just
so-
broke us. That just broke.
Yeah, like I said again, we apologize for coming in the way that we came in. Our emotions are just high, and yes, we just want justice done.
It's tough
And
when it
now
comes down to
she's
it
going-
because it's like we want to help you guys out, we want to help them out as well, but we don't. Our opinion does not matter in these type of cases.
Right.
So the best thing we could do, hey, you know what? Go ahead and take the report, take the evidence, right? Take this, stand it up.
What evidence do they have?
Yes.
What evidence have they brought forward?
No,
Besides just word of mouth.
No, but that's not his job.
No, I'm
That's what
saying.
I get it
But
now.
the
I'm
thing
glad I
is-
came and talked to him because now I get it. It's up to the DA to press charges
Yeah.
on Kaleb. I get it. So he has to take both sides.
Because they press charges on Kaleb.
Right.
That's why. The grandma and the mom.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
No, but because there was a knife involved,
Yes.
right? It's a crime being committed, so it has to be on the report,
Okay.
right? But
So
it goes
that's
back to what I said. You know, if the DA looks at it, hey, you know what? Maybe we won't go ahead and charge it, or maybe they will. That's completely up to them.
Yeah.
Or they might just throw the whole thing out and.
Well,
just
did you
do
ever
the
get
best.
the picture? Oh, did you get the picture? You send the pictures of the thing online when they was choking him out and the vessel left?
That's
Okay,
also gonna be on the
okay.
report. Did you happen to get the video?
They deleted
That
it.
would yeah, would have been.
They deleted it. We were asking because a lot of kids
What the
screen
video?
recorded. All the kids
It
that
was
was
live
online.
stream.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
were screen
There was
recorded.
live
So
stream,
they're
yeah.
covering up their stuff
By
to make
deleting
the
it.
kids to
Because they
delete it.
called the brother to ask him was cut up over there touching.
Yeah, they're trying to get fake evidence.
And it wasn't for the neighbor calling his brother, and there's no telling what would be going on with my grandson right now. Because he called and told him they was over there beating them up.
And now that everything is out, they're trying to say that the assault didn't take place in their house. It took place with the brother. That's not true.
That's all in there. That is saying that didn't happen at our house.
He was like that before he came.
But his pictures where he showed he was fine before he went over there. We have pictures where it showed he was fine. No busted
These
lip,
niggas
no,
keep giving the
no
evidence
knot
and
on his
just-
head, no nothing.
And now she trying to go to court and
Get restraining orders and stuff for what?
She's trying to get
No,
She's
the
trying to get restraining order.
aunt.
I ain't called her or nothing.
I haven't called her. I've been handling it. These messages went out. The police told me to go get a restraining order. I have that on file. I have to go on Monday because they're going around calling people, saying stuff about my son. So
Putting face
I can't get a restraining order
allegations.
for Kaleb. They say he's too young. So I had to get it and put him up under my name.
That works.
And so before she could do it, she tried to go run and get a restraining order under false allegations.
It came from Barstow because she tried
So
to.
they
give up
dismissed it.
purchasing.
They was like, that's denied. So you have to fill out paperwork because you're not giving us evidence on why.
Well, and then go ahead and use this report as reference.
Okay.
You know?
Oh yeah, we got our evidence. That's no problem.
So when you go back to court, or when you go get the restraining order, and you say you explain why, go ahead and use this report, right, as reference. Hey, this is what happened on this date. I want to restrain you. This is the reason why.
So she don't have no proof.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Aside
we
from that,
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you. Have a nice
Stay
day.
safe, man.
All right.
Are you
Now,
gonna
so
make
is that-
copies and?
Oh
Yeah, we need that
You
back.
know what? I'll just go ahead and take pictures. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause we need that back.
Let's do some shit over here.
They came in
So this
there
one,
and pressed
you had already talked to me about, right? The
That's
17?
yeah.
How you come up here and press charges?
So the,
No, but he went out there and
so the
served
17
him.
already.
She gonna press charges.
Press charges. Well, I want to press charges on him.
They just showing more and more and more how fucked up they are.
Yeah, I remember when I told you he just had to fall in contention to the face.
Okay, so that one's good. Like, I don't need that one.
Did you need any pictures?
The
of
plot
him?
thickens.
Okay.
Right, right. After y'all beat his ass and tortured him, now y'all want to press charges on him?
That right there, let him. That's, he ain't completed, right? I mean, I can annotate it, but you know, it's just.
In a 60 and a 50, 17. Yeah, however, they went over him 2 against 1. Come on, man, what are they supposed to do?
Who was way bigger than him?
And he was yelling for help and
Yeah,
nobody
he's
helped
going at
him.
it on.
Yeah, we're going
No, because yeah, we're putting it out there, letting them know what happened to my nephew, and that was her response.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go ahead and use this here. I'll double check it because we're just talking about the assault that took place. You know what I mean? This is after the
So
fact.
that's something that she got to take to court.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go ahead and look
No, I'm
at
talking
it.
about that's something that she got to take to court when she approved.
Right,
Right,
yeah.
right, I get that.
Would you be
But,
able to
you know,
give us the date?
Yeah, let me get back to you on that. It's on October. I just don't know the exact
Yeah,
date.
we just want to know.
Yeah, because we have prior engagements. We want to make sure they don't cross.
Yeah.
Okay, I need that. I need that.
This is the most narcissistic shit I've ever seen and heard.
And this is supposed to be a family.
Supposed to be your family. Blood.
But this happens everywhere.
We know this happens every
This
day.
happens everywhere. And it's sad that the system don't protect these kids. You never think in a million years that it would happen to you.
Alright, so the last page is really what I needed. Okay, cool. Okay, let me go ahead and give you the date, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Alright, I'll be back.